Hey guys, you're probably wondering why I'm at this weird angle, but basically I still don't have a camera. It's a long story, I can't be bothered to say, but basically I'm using my phone for this. So if you see me looking in the viewfinder, I'm sorry, that's just because it's a phone, so sorry about that. So it is election day today and I haven't gone out to vote yet because it's kind of, let's say early in the morning. It's not early in the morning, it's late in the morning. I haven't been to vote yet. I'm going to vote after I film this. But basically, by the time you see this, we're going to know if Theresa May is the Prime Minister or not. I've got my fingers crossed because I really hope she doesn't become Prime Minister because I like having healthcare. So by the time you see this, we're going to know. So yay or boo to whichever one it is. And you'll probably know by the time you see this. So Theresa was recently asked a kind of difficult question about herself, which was, what was the naughtiest thing you've ever done? And you've probably seen the memes. Because Theresa May is either lying or has never done anything naughty in her life. I would call killing foxes and poor people quite naughty, but maybe she doesn't. And apparently the naughtiest thing Theresa May has ever done is run through the fields of wheat.
The farmers weren't too pleased about that.
I love that it's wheat specifically. I love how that's the naughtiest thing about it. It was fields of wheat. And I'm sure most of us here have done naughtier things than that. So I thought I might start this series. Not sure if it's going to be a series, but I'll do a video, and if it takes off and it's popular, then I'll do more. This is hashtag naughtiest things I've ever done. I've actually seen this hashtag on Twitter used a lot. People talking about, I think Daniel J. Layton did it, or someone did it, talking about things that you could say in answer to that question. So I thought I'd do naughtiest things I've ever done. I'm going to start kind of tame, because that's a good place to start. And obviously if I do more, I don't want it to be an anticlimax. So I want to start kind of tame, and then if I do more, we can go up from there. But I'm not going to be promoting anything really bad, obviously. So we're going to cast our mind back to when I was about 20. About 20. I'm not sure exactly how old I was. And I have a friend. We're going to call him Martin for the sake of this video. This was me and Martin messing around in this video. Probably not the naughtiest thing I've ever done, to be honest, but it's up there. So Martin and I were at Martin's cousin's birthday. Now Martin's sister, I think, was working in this pub, and it was his cousin's birthday, and they hired out the whole pub, and we had like a surprise party. People who know me will probably know who I'm talking about, but people who don't, you know, it's fine. And we had this big surprise party for his cousin, and all his cousin's friends and family were there, and we took over this whole pub, and it was really cool, and it was a really good surprise for the person. And then at the end, a lot of people were talking about going to Oceana, which is a local club, and we were like, we were kind of friends with those people. I now know them to be like the bitchy popular people, but I didn't realise at the time. So we were talking with these people like, yeah, Oceana, yeah, we'll go Oceana. And they were like, oh no, we might not actually, we might go to Walkabout. And we were like, okay, and didn't think anything of it. So at the end of the night, they were getting into cabs. So it was agreed that they were going to Walkabout and that we were going to see them there or whatever. So at the end of the night, they were going off in cabs, like, okay, we'll see you at Walkabout. So we were like, okay, fine. We were poor, so we were getting the bus. So we went on the bus to Walkabout, and we got in there, they weren't there, they weren't answering their phones, etc. We realised that they hadn't gone to Walkabout at all. They said, we heard them saying they were going to Oceana, so we figured out that they trolled us. They said, oh, we're going to Walkabout, we'll see you there. And then they went to Oceana. So by now, a lot of our alcohol had worn off. Our friends had ditched us. we'd left the main party, so anyone else we wanted to hang out with, I think they'd either gone home or they were still at the main party. I can't remember, but they weren't with us. So we wanted to go out and have some fun, and the music at Walkabout was a bit shit or whatever. So we went out and were walking in the street and like daring each other to do silly things or whatever, and we were singing, I like you so much better when you're naked. But we weren't that drunk anymore, so it was a bit like, oh, we're singing in the street, we're having so much fun. But we weren't really having fun. It was just like we were trying to have fun, and it was really lame. And then I had this idea, and I've got no idea where it came from. I guess maybe I've been watching too many Avril Lavigne videos or something. We were gonna like race to the end of the street or run to the end of the street, and I said we could run to the end of the street on top of the cars. Don't do that. It's very bad. So we decided to do that, or we would run over some cars, and I don't know how many. We didn't run to the end of the street. We didn't run over like 20 cars, but we did a bit. So I was gonna go over first. I put my foot on the license plate, and I realised it wasn't stable, like it was wobbly, so I thought, oh, I'm not going to put my foot on that. So I got up another way and got onto the roof, and I said, Martin, don't step on the license plate. And then all I heard was a crash. He'd put his foot on it, and he'd gone, Amy, the license plate has fallen off. And I'm going, oh my god. So we ran over, and I think we ran over 3 cars. And then we just got out of there, and I was like, Martin, did you just hear me say, don't put your foot on the license plate? And he was like, no, I didn't hear you. But when you put your foot on something, you can feel whether it's stable or not. So he must have put his foot on it, and it wasn't stable, but he must have gone, oh, it's fine. So there was some car without a license plate, and we were like, we need to get out of here. So we went home, disappointed, and someone doesn't have a license plate on their car. I'm sure this isn't too incriminating to me because this was years ago, and if the person watching has seen this, like, their car's replaced by now and they've got a different car by now probably. But then I spent the entire next day thinking, what have I done? Because of me, Martin broke a car license plate, and it just went down in history as one of those things that you bring up at parties, like, remember when we ran across the cars? As one of those rebellious stories. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it did damage something, so it's kind of bad, and I do feel bad about that. But it was Martin's fault, not mine, and he shouldn't be so easily persuaded by me anyway. So, yeah. That was my story, guys. I hope you liked it, and I hope to do more of these videos. And I hope Theresa May doesn't become president. I hope Theresa May doesn't become Prime Minister, because, like I say, I like having healthcare, and I like poor people being helped and looked after and everything. So I'm gonna go to vote in a minute. I may or may not edit this first, but it will probably be with you tomorrow. Good luck, people of Britain and people of America, because you're going through some stuff as well, and I'll see you soon. Bye!